PBC that, PBC this, Al Heyman that, Al Heyman this, Showtime that, Showtime this. And let's talk about it. Mayweather Promotions says the haters finna be sick to the stomach. Let's talk about what up, Fight World. It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Gang. Let me start you off with this tweet from Leonard Ellerby of Mayweather Promotions. Someone said, Xena says, don't let them gaslight you. Leonard Ellerby of Mayweather Promotions has been working with PBC and Showtime for many years. He says, Z, you already know I give zero ucks what others think or say. Watch this next move. They are going to be sick to their stomachs. Can't wait. Now, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. It's free. I made a video about it. Showtime is bowing out in the same way as HBO Boxing. I guess they've reached the end of the road, as Boys to Men would say. And they've decided that boxing programming in their sports branch basically is not lucrative enough or doesn't make sense with the current direction that they're headed. As a result, they're getting rid of Showtime Boxing and assuming the MMA as well. So that would be Bellator, and they're going to focus their efforts and allocate resources and budgeting to other programming. So they're not vested in boxing anymore. They don't see it as an upside. Now, a lot of people in boxing say a lot of dumb and it's remarkable. People, I've seen comments like, oh, boxing is falling off and UFC is bigger and all this type of stuff. Like, basically acting as if boxing is dead or dying, or Showtime getting out of boxing is somehow indicative that boxing is a dying sport that they don't want to touch with a 9-foot pole. But that could be the farthest from the truth. If you look at Showtime, they put on great fights historically, but especially this year. In fact, they put on fights that were very lucrative in terms of live gates. Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. All these fights did well. You have David Benavidez, Caleb Plant. Now you have Andrade versus David Benavidez. So it's not that there's no money in boxing. Showtime is headed by Paramount, which is headed by Viacom, and people in suits, they don't see the value in it. People in suits got in positions, or they have a different, it shows me that some people have never worked business before. You've never worked for a corporation or a company. This type of thing happens all the time. Sometimes companies, they look at it's always the people up top. It's always the people in suits. They look at financials and vital statistics and reports, and then they make cuts. Sometimes companies, like let's say Starbucks, right? Starbucks, if you read the news, Starbucks will randomly say they're getting rid of 1,100 employees, 1,500 employees. Does that mean people don't drink coffee anymore? I mean, it just sounds stupid. And the reality is, you're not seeing necessarily the Starbucks close. Like, I got several in my city, and they even have them in certain grocery stores and stuff like that. So it doesn't mean people are drinking coffee less or coffee is a thing of the past. It just means that people up top, they want to save money, or they have a direction for the company. So they're making cuts that they feel is necessary, no matter who it impacts. Obviously those 1,100 furloughed employees or whatever have to bounce back. And that's the same thing with Showtime. For whatever reason, Paramount, they're doing this merger and they don't need it or don't feel they need it. But there's a lot of people who are making up stuff, saying exactly what Al Heyman's next move is. And the reality is, it's so funny. You see a lot of clickbait titles. You see a lot of lies. ESPN is reporting that PBC could go to this place or maybe even DAZN. And it's all speculation. If you notice how PBC has moved, they don't really talk about it. They don't really, sometimes we'll hear a fight, but it got leaked by somebody. It has nothing to do with Al Heyman put it out. He don't even do interviews. It has nothing to do with Brittany Goosen put it out, or PBC put it out, or TGB. It leaked some kind of way, right? So there's a old Apple saying, I don't know if it was Steve Jobs or whatever, And he says, we don't talk about upcoming Apple products. We simply work on them behind the scenes and release them to the public. And if you look at it, Apple is a company, and the valuation of the company is over 2 trillion, not billion, trillion. So I've always respected this about Apple. And I've also it's the same thing you're seeing in boxing. When the iPhone 15, Apple is not saying anything. They're not talking about, oh, the camera's going to look like this, or it's going to be available in these colors and all this and that. It's Twitter pages, YouTube channels, boxing blogs and websites. They're the ones making stuff up, and or maybe they have a source on it, and they're saying, oh, the new i15, the camera might be better, or it might have this colorway, or whatever the case is. But if you look at Apple, you go to apple.com, they're not saying nothing. When they're ready to release, they do an Apple conference and tell you about their upcoming products. They've already been tested and beta tested and manufactured, and they've already put it in the production line, right? So at the end of the day, that's what PBC is doing for boxing. They don't announce their moves, they just make them. Guys like Eddie Hearn, he's the one that gets on camera and says, oh, I want Anthony Joshua. I want him to fight against Deontay Wilder, mate. And he says all this stuff, but then where's Joshua versus Wilder? So I'm not worried one bit. Leonard Ellerby let you know what it is as well. Historically, Al Heyman has always had an ace up his sleeve and great business mind and a great business acumen, and he makes moves. He's not really talking about it, he's just making the moves. So it's people, just like the example I've given you with Apple, they're speculating. I highly doubt that PBC goes to DAZN in America. Maybe DAZN Austria with Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, maybe DAZN Italy or something like that in other markets, but I highly doubt that PBC goes to DAZN. So there's a lot of people in the comment section, oh, aha, what do you think? PBC's going to DAZN. That's all speculation. Me, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to make up stuff. I'm going to wait and see what's released, and I will give you guys the updated. Subscribe to my channel. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. You dig, and I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.